Merry Christmas, Pastor Mark here. Hope you're having a great week. My wife and I had a pretty unique opportunity this past week. You see, we're in the final stages of adopting two little boys, and we're super excited. One of the best Christmas presents you could ever ask for is kids, family. But in this process, we got to know some pretty amazing people through the foster care system. And my wife, Katie, who is a photographer guide, was asked to take the pictures at a Christmas party for some foster children. And she gladly accepted the opportunity. It was an honor for her to go help out and help these kids have as awesome of a Christmas as they possibly can. But it was kind of crazy sitting back and listening to some of the requests that kids were making of Santa as she was taking pictures. These kids know trouble long before they should ever have to know trouble. These kids aren't asking for normal toys and fun things like that. They're asking for their families back. And it's just heart-wrenching to hear some of the stories. They just want to be with mom and they just want to be with dad. And they don't fully understand why they're going through what they're going through. And so these kids, they know trouble. And Christmas is supposed to be the happiest time of the year. The songs tell us that, and there's so much hustle and bustle going around that a lot of times we don't think about the fact that people are experiencing trouble this time of year. And I'm not talking about trouble like you lost your keys or you don't know where your phone is or you got the flu. I'm talking about earth-shattering trouble that you don't even know what to do with. The kind of trouble that makes you wonder, what's the purpose of all this and what do I even do? I don't even know how to navigate these circumstances. Well, there was a time in the Bible where Jesus was preparing his disciples for this kind of trouble. He was preparing his disciples for the fact that he was getting ready to go to the cross and die for the sins of the world. But he's trying to soften the blow by letting him know beforehand. And in John 16:33, he begins to tell them just a little bit of what's going on. He says, I've told you these things so that in me you may have peace. And that's significant right there because a lot of times you and I will, in the midst of trouble, we'll look for peace in all the wrong places. We'll try and self-medicate or we'll try to cover it up by buying ourselves nice things, or we'll spend time with people who we think care about us, or we'll try to make other people feel good about themselves when the reality is we're broken on the inside. But Jesus says, you can have peace in me. And then he promises us something that we don't want to hear. He says, in this world you will have trouble. It's not a matter of if, it's when. But thank goodness Jesus doesn't stop right there. He gives us something that's really, it becomes an anchor for our soul. He says, but take heart. In other words, have hope. He said, I've become the anchor for your soul in life's most devastating moments. He says, I have overcome the world. He said, but take heart. I've overcome the world. This is great news for us because when life hurts most, he's saying, I've already overcome it. You see, the worst thing in the world happened to Jesus, death. And he overcame it. And so if Jesus is able to go through the worst possible thing that could ever happen to any of us, and he's able to come out the other side, then he's saying that I have become the ultimate anchor for your soul in the midst of life's most trying and difficult circumstances. He's saying when life hurts most, I can be your hope. Take heart because I've overcome the world. And not only have I overcome the world, but I've overcome the most devastating circumstances that you could ever imagine. And I want to be that hope in your life right now. I want to be the hope in the midst of chaos. I want to be the hope in the midst of trouble and calamity. He loves us that much. I hope and pray that this is a message of hope for you in a season that could be, very trying for you. I hope that this is a message that really helps you to remember that Jesus is the anchor for our soul when life is most difficult. I hope you have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.